Alright, so this lock here might have the most features ever to actually get a door unlocked, and some pretty interesting ones too. This is the U100 smart lock from Aqara. With this smart lock right here, you can unlock the door by using a keypad, using the biometric fingerprint reader, using a physical key, using the app, and then through Apple HomeKey, you can use either your iPhone or your Apple Watch. So if there is one thing this lock does not lack, it is ways to get in your house. But in addition to that, there are a lot of other cool features that we have with this lock too, and that's what we're going to be covering in today's video. I do want to thank Aqara for sending this lock out and sponsoring this video. But like with all my other videos, we're going to be diving deep into this thing, talking about the good and the bad of this product right here. And first thing that I wanted to do is start out by talking about some of the other features. If we take a look at the side of the box here, this does mention the fingerprint reader. We've also got our Apple HomeKit, auto lock, and always open modes. We've got 8-month of batteries. So it takes 4 AA batteries. We're going to get 8 months of battery out of this. Easy installation and remote password and unlocking. Now, there are a couple more features that I wanted to go over that are on their website, and that's going to be stuff like the ability for this lock to connect with different smart home ecosystems like Amazon Alexa, Google Assistant, IFTTT, and this does also support Matter. Now, to get that working though, you do need an Aqara hub. For the testing that we're going to be doing in this video, we're going to be using the Aqara M2 hub. This is going to give us access to other smart home devices and the ability to use Matter. Now, if you are not familiar with Matter, I did a full video talking all about that. I'll link that above if you guys want to check that out, and it'll also be in the description below. Now, if you take a look here at the website, here is a chart for us to reference. This is going to be if you need that Aqara hub to use it with your smart home ecosystem or not. Now, this lock does have built-in security with the AES 128 encryption built into it, which is pretty standard for most smart locks out there. We have a do not disturb mode. This is going to turn off the extra sounds that the lock makes. Maybe it's at nighttime, you don't want to wake up the family. You can turn on this do not disturb mode. We have got passage mode. So this is kind of cool. By putting in the special code of 00 plus the lock button, it will automatically leave the door unlocked, even if you have auto locking turned on. This will allow people to use the door without it automatically locking until somebody manually locks the door. Then it's going to kick out of this passage mode. We've got the ability for locking preferences with the auto locking feature. We've also got the ability to set up customized times. Also, if we want to swipe to lock or remote auto locking, these are all features built within the app. Now, this lock right here also has some backups in case the batteries do run out. Now, you will be notified when the batteries do get low, but in case for some reason you didn't get to it, you forgot about it, the batteries do run out, you've got the actual physical key that you can use to unlock this lock right here, or on the bottom of the lock, we have got a USB-C port. So I would recommend keeping a USB-C charger in your car if you know that you are the person who is going to forget to change those batteries when you get your notification. Go ahead and just keep a USB-C in your car in case you need to use this to power that lock on. Now, the batteries in the lock do last 8 months, so you got plenty of time of using this lock before you have to change those batteries over. This lock does also have an IP65 rating and the ability to work under extreme temperatures. We're talking negative 31 degrees Fahrenheit all the way up to 150 degrees Fahrenheit. That is incredible. I'm not going to be testing those out in this video. And then you also have the ability of using NFC tags. Now, these are going to be Aqara specific NFC tags that you're going to have to set up. They are sold separately, so do keep that in mind. But something that we didn't even mention in the beginning of this video is here is another way that you can unlock the door. NFC tags. Okay, so now that we've talked about all the features and ways that you can unlock this lock, let's go ahead and take a look at what comes in the box. Okay, so here is everything that we get in the box. We've got our template right here so you can measure your door if you need to. Over here on the side, we've got our strike plate insert and then also our screws if we need to screw this in. I'm gonna go ahead and just leave the one that I have. Here is our deadbolt. With this deadbolt, you can twist it to extend it if you need to. So if you need it a little bit longer, you can twist it there or twist it back to make it a little bit shorter, depending on what you need. We've got our 4 AA batteries, our 2 Aqara keys. This is going to be a tool here for popping this dial off right here because we got to get to some screws underneath it. Here is our interior plates. We've got some screws right here. This is going to essentially lock everything together. We've got the interior side of our lock. I'm going to go ahead and pop this open right here. All right, have that opened up. So in here, we've got a reset button, set button, HomeKit button, batteries go in there, and then this pops off right here. Whoop. that just shot right off. So we can access our 2 keyholes down there. This is going to be to screw it in. Over here, we have got the exterior portion of our lock. So our buttons, our fingerprint reader, this is going to slide down. In fact, let's go ahead and pull this plate off right now. Okay, so this is going to give us access to the keyhole underneath. This way you don't have to stare at it if you are not using it. Gives it a lot cleaner look. Taking a look at the bottom, we have got our speaker down here. Got our USB-C power. On the back, all rubber coating right here, which is nice. This is going to be the part of the lock going through the door. Our cable plugging in, connecting it all together. All right, and that is everything that we have for our setup. Let's go ahead and get this lock installed. Okay, to get started, we need to take out the old lock. Now, lucky for me, I've got just the basic of basic locks. It's only 4 screws to get mine out. I've got 2 screws right on the inside front. I'm gonna pull those out. That's gonna take out the front and the back of this lock. Then all I need to do is take out the deadbolt. Very easy to do to get the old one out. The next thing that we're gonna do is put in the new deadbolt. Take a look at that deadbolt because it is gonna say top on it. Make sure that is up on the top of the lock. You're going to put it in, put 2 screws in to anchor that guy in. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to put on the outside portion of the door. We're going to string the cable through and then fit the metal piece through the door. It's that simple. On the inside portion of the door, we're going to take that mounting plate. We're going to take the 2 screws, put it through the door, make sure everything lines up, and then we're going to screw those in. Now, before we tighten those screws down, we want to check the outside portion of the door, make sure that it is straight. Once we've done that, we can go ahead and tighten that up. Now we just need to pop on the inside portion. Now we want to take the cable that we strung through the door and plug it into the inside portion of the lock. We're going to place this over the lock plate on the inside of the door, and then we're going to take the tiny screws and screw them in. Once we've done that, we're going to put the batteries in and then go ahead and go through the setup process. Okay, so now that we've got the lock installed, now we need to run through the setup in the app. We got my Aqara app loaded up here. In the top right corner, we're going to click on the plus sign and then click on add accessory. On the side here, I'm going to go for door locks, and then we're going to click on smart lock. This is going to run us through the process of getting everything set up on this lock. Now, once this lock is set up, it is going to provide us with a 6-digit code. You need to type that code into the outside portion of the door where the keypad is. You're going to type that in, and then everything is all set up and you are good to go. All right, now that we have our lock installed, I'm going to go ahead and scroll all the way down here to the bottom. We've got our Aqara door lock, and these are all of the features in it. Now, it is trying to connect to Bluetooth right now. I am kind of in that range where it might connect, it might not, but you can see it flashing right here in the middle of the screen. Perfect, it did connect to Bluetooth. So now we've got the management of all of this different stuff. We see right here in the middle, new firmware to be updated. So I'm going to make sure that we update that firmware. That's the first thing you're going to want to do. But I want to show you some of the features that you can do with this. So we've got our different logs right here, which is going to show us everything that happened with the door. Now, as you set up users for this, it will give you logs of who actually used this. If I scroll down a little bit here, we can see for the fingerprint reader, it says that I have unlocked it with my fingerprint. As other people use it, it's going to let you know which user has unlocked the door. Or if we see here, where is it? That it used a key to unlock the door. So I was using the key to lock and unlock the door. It's going to tell us here in the events. If we take a look below that, we've got one-time password. So we can set up a one-time password if we have somebody coming over to use the lock. They can use this right here. We can also copy the password or take a screenshot if you want to text it to somebody for them to use as a one-time thing. If we back out of there, I'm going to go ahead and let's exit out of there, back out of here, and then we're going to go to user management down at the bottom. Now here is where we can set up 3 different types of users. We have our administrator, we have a general user, so we can go in and click add and set up a general user, say a family member to use the door. Or if we tap out here, we can set up a temporary user. So I'm gonna go ahead and click on a temporary user, and we can even set effective dates. So if you are using this for an Airbnb or something like that, you can actually set up different users, give them the codes to log into this thing, and then also set up when they're going to be, say, checking in and checking out. So an actual time frame of when they're going to be able to use this. So it's really nice that you can set up different users and manage this remotely instead of having to be there to actually set this up. Now, if you take a look at the very bottom of the app here, we have a long press to unlock. So down there is where you're going to push and hold to lock or unlock the door. Now in the very top right corner, we've got our 3 dots right here. This is going to go into a few more settings for us. Some that I wanted to point out is that we've got different options here for, say, auto locking. So you could turn on auto locking that as soon as the door closes, it's automatically going to unlock the door for you. If we back out of that, the second option from the top, we have got hub. So by default, this is not connected to a hub. Like I mentioned before, that if you want to get some extra features out of this thing, you're going to want to connect it to one of the Aqara hubs. This is going to allow it to be able to connect to different smart homes outside of the Aqara network and outside of Apple's HomeKit. So say you have Amazon Alexa, Google Assistant, you will need a hub like that and you can get it connected through this. Now, if you do want to set up Amazon Alexa, what we can do is down here, we're going to scroll down and we're going to say other platforms. So we're going to tap on that, and then I've got one here for Alexa. So if I tap on this, I can actually enable the connection with that. Or if we back into there and we want to set up HomeKit, we can also set up our HomeKit too. This is going to give us the ability to unlock the door with iPhones or Apple Watches. So if you're in that ecosystem, this is going to be a great feature to turn on. So with everything that this lock offers, from its multiple ways of unlocking the door to the features built into it, I have to say that this is probably one of my favorite locks out there. If you are an Apple user, you have an iPhone, you have an Apple Watch, this lock is a no-brainer, definitely worth picking up. If you guys want to check this lock out, I will have links in the description below. If this video is helpful, give it a thumbs up. Let me know that you liked it. As always, don't forget to subscribe for more content like this, and I'll see you guys in the next video.